This video is me having a drink in the Biscuit Arms with the Biscuiteers. So hello everyone, welcome back. Having just got back from basically spending a week 2 kilometers up a volcano on the island of Palma, which is off the coast of Africa. What happened? Well, here are some of the stories.
Now we're going to find out what really happened.
In La Palma? Oh my god, La Palma. The weather had been shit, so I had to keep going up the bloody volcano to get above the clouds. And when I got up there, it was windy. I mean, it was just windy. And when you're doing a 12-inch scope on a little tiny Warp Astron mount, right, wind is not your friend at all. There was one night, actually, it seemed to be okay. But I've been going up the volcano every night. I was frigging knackered. Just below me was a guy called something really weird, but he was Norwegian. Like, it was a bit like Nigel, but he was Norwegian. And he'd sort of parked up below, and he said a couple of words, and he'd heard of me. I was a bit unsure about him, to be honest, but I was so knackered, I just left my telescope running, hoping that the wind would die down a bit and I'd start getting some decent stuff. I went to sleep, and then at, I think it was 3 a.m, he knocked on my window. I stole biscuits. I was like, shit, Nigel's come to get me. Right? But it's raining. It's been raining for an hour.
Oh God.
I was like, oh God. And I was just absolutely engulfed in cloud. So I was like, oh, thank you, Nigel. And I got up and I started trying to, like, the scope was drenched. It was all drenched. Oh, I forgot my filters, right? I put everything that I needed in the lounge. The filters got kicked under the sofa. So when I packed up everything except my filters. So I had to borrow filters off Kai. Do you remember Kai from, he runs that place that I did Journey to the Edge of the Universe. He runs Athos Star Campus, right? So I had to. He wouldn't give me 2-inch filters because he didn't want to take them out of the filter wheel. So he lent me his camera and filters and filter wheel, right? Those were the same camera, filters, and filter wheel that had been pissed on for an hour that Nigel had told me about. Anyway, luckily they were fine, but then things took a strange turn.
There's more?
Because there's more, right? So even though I'd been pissing it down for an hour, I was like, I may have got some stuff while I was asleep before it started pissing it down, right? I need to hold out. I need to get some flats. Now, you all know, moving the telescope, bad for flats. And probably an hour in the rain is probably also bad for flats. But anyway, I wasn't thinking about that. It was 3 a.m. So I was like, I'm going to hold out for the rain to clear. I'll wait for the morning. I'll get my flats. I might finally have some images, right? So then Nigel starts telling me this story. I saw some strange lights. I was like, what? There were these lights chasing each other. It was like they were in formation, but they were moving like nothing I'd ever seen. It was not an aircraft. It actually his opening gambit was, do I believe in UFOs? So then he started telling me about these UFOs that he'd seen. And then he packed up and he went and he left me up this mountain. And it was like, I shine my torch and it's like fog all around. It's the perfect alien abduction story movie scenario, right? So I sat up there thinking about this Nigel bloke and how he'd seen aliens for the first time that evening, how I was engulfed in impenetrable cloud 2,000 meters up a volcano, and I just got the screaming heebie-jeebies. I was like, F it, I am not staying up here any longer. So I packed the scope up, I forgot the flats, I went down to the bottom. Was it light? Did the clouds clear when I left? Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, that was one evening in La Palma with Astro Biscuit. There we go.
I said, as long as you didn't wake up with a sore arsehole.
I'd rather wake up with a sore arsehole than a wet rig.
Yeah. So I was abducted by aliens. That was one night.
Is it really Rory we're talking to?
Yeah, well, you'll know it's not me if things start going right. If I start coming out with some good images, you'll be like, hold on a minute, something funny's going on here.
Hold on a minute, the postman's not dropped something.
So the weather started getting better, and I went up to Roque Los Muchachos, the visitor centre. They've got platforms that you can book out with plugs for doing astro, and it's, 2,300 metres up or something. You can see the big observatories right behind you, kind of thing, right? I got 0.6 arc seconds there, which wasn't bad. And then on the very final night, I got 0.4 arc seconds RMS with a 12-inch, and that was up the volcano, not at the visitor centre. And for the first time on the whole trip, I had power failure that night as well. The battery ran out. So it waited until I was at 0.4 arc seconds RMS, everything going absolutely beautifully. I was convinced I had... Oh, someone's going to the loo. This is a Naked Gun moment. It was... He didn't want to miss anything, did he? He kept his earphones on, I think. He was listening away. Yeah, so 0.4 arc seconds is actually really very good. And I was convinced, although I was absolutely drunk with tiredness by this time, I was convinced that I had the most amazing shot. In La Palma at this time of year, the Milky Way, honestly, it's in my top 3 astro things that I've ever seen. So the first really cool thing I saw was Jupiter through a telescope. The next was Andromeda, actually, through binoculars. And then this, our galaxy, the summer galaxy that you don't really see in the UK because it doesn't get dark, with the core of our galaxy rising up over the volcano, the Great Rift, the bands, you can see different bands of it. It is an amazing sight. It really is amazing. I made a whole video about it, actually, doing live views of things that you can see in the Great Rift, essentially. And I did that with Angelo, the guy who's selling the Officiaro Stellari for $8,000. And I think that's going to be a video that's going to do really well. And we went right to the very edge of the crater of the volcano at the top of La Palma to shoot it. So that's cool. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was convinced I have the most amazing shot. There's this like stick figure in black dust standing like this. And he just happens to be standing in a hole in the Great Rift. And if you look through the hole in the Great Rift, it just looks like an amazing load of stars, right? But the stars are all they're all smaller because they're further away. You're actually looking through this window in the dark dust to the next really big, the first proper big arm, the Sagittarius arm of our galaxy. So we are in the Orion Spur, and the Great Rift, the dust is mostly near us in the Orion Spur, but this hole shines through, it gives you a window into the Sagittarius arm of our galaxy. And to me, it looked like there was this man standing there looking through this window. And I was like, this is amazing. And I got about, I don't know, an hour's worth of footage before the power went. So there we go. I also got the Eagle Nebula, the Pillars of Creation, for a couple of hours as well. I literally don't know how well they've turned out, but I'm really hoping they are good. The guiding on them was good. The scope worked really well. It did take a while to get everything nailed with the scope, which is exactly what you'd expect. The annoying thing was that it was just the weather was shit, so I didn't get everything up to speed as quick as I wanted, basically. Yeah. So there we go. And then, then just completely knackered, came back, and then immediately got in the car with Mrs. Biscuit and went to Devon, because we're renting our house out in London to a German professor lady who's going to be living in Biscuit Mansions for a year. And I'm going to be living on the edge of Exmoor, it turns out. I think it's like Bortle 3, Bortle 4. Cool. So, yeah, I just found that place yesterday. Anyway, so that's my news.